What the heck? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We're doing it. Are we doing it? We're doing it. Are we having it? We're having it. Hello, everybody. Happy afternoon, Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. It's Cumia'S Cucks. It's the Z-Man, the Mud Shark, the Man in Black. How are you? How's your day going? You feeling good? You feeling nice? Let's do it. I'm coming live and direct from Tampa, Florida. Full effect. Fucking riding high, baby. I'm riding high off the treadmill. I got my Ray DeVito runner's high in. I even have the gut just like Ray. I have a gut just like Ray DeVito. You know, the guy who calls everybody fat and he's fat? He calls every single person fat, but Ray's fat. Ray's 50. Soon to be 51. I'm 2 years younger than Ray. How about that?
Chad, why are you bringing up Ray's name?
Why does Ray bring me up the first 3 minutes of his podcast and the first 2 minutes of his stand-up set? I'm just a reaction, everybody. Okay? I respond. That's all I do. I don't go after people recklessly. I don't. This is how this show started. Because I was a response to these fucks. All of them. E-Rock, Frank, Chrissy, Steel Toe, Carl, Gino at the time, Ski Mask, Stevie Lou. I respond. I don't attack. I respond. I'm always minding my business, doing my own thing, and people are all up in my shit, and I respond. Okay, Ray? By the way, I'm putting it out right now. Hit the like button first and foremost. That's free to do. $500. I picked up a pen, by the way. I'm holding a pen. $500. Listen to me.
Listen to me. You listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
$500 to the first person to get a hold of Ray DeVito's mugshot from his DUI arrest that he got out of from that car wreck. He was arrested. He was in handcuffs. He was in jail. He was fingerprinted. I mean, you guys can find anything of me on the internet, even if it's not real. You guys run with it. Why can't we get a hold of Ray DeVito's mugshot? Why doesn't it posted on Reddit? Why isn't it everywhere? Why doesn't everyone have it? Why isn't it? I need it. $500. Let's go, Ray. You want to talk about things? Do you want to have things on the internet, Ray? Let's go. You thought losing your Planet Fitness membership was bad. Let's get a hold of the mugshot, son. Yeah, Ray, and there's something completely different from getting your gym membership canceled because you're a fucking jackass to employees and customers. And then you're body shaming a woman in a no judgment zone place. So she calls and they're like, yeah, we've had complaints about this guy. You were on their radar, Ray. You were on their radar because you're a problem. You're the same guy who makes noises at the gym and grunts to draw attention to himself. I've been at a gym with you. You're on a treadmill running like 10 miles an hour. And everyone's like, who the fuck is sweats everywhere? You don't wipe down the machines? Of course. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? I was just at the gym today. There's a guy grunting, making noises, and we're like, what? Shut the fuck up. And I even have my noise canceling headphones on. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. We know you're here. We get it. The difference between this guy and Ray is this guy's fucking all yoked up on testosterone, amino acids, creatine, possibly steroids. Ray's a $180 with a pot belly, sweating all the beer he drank the night before to fall asleep. We get you're Ray. We know you're at the gym. So when Felicia calls and like, hey, this guy's body shaming me at your gym, we have video proof. They're like, oh yeah, we know this guy. So yes, Ray, getting your gym membership canceled, hilarious. Always will be. I'm not for canceling comics. I'm not for taking money out of people's pockets. I'm not for getting people fired. I stand by that for everybody. For everybody. Don't go after people's jobs or income. Don't do that. But if you want to get their gym membership canceled, go right ahead. Get mine canceled. Go ahead. Try. Guess what gym I work at? You'll never find out because I'm not dumb enough to tell you. I love it. That's funny. That's a troll. That is hilarious. Because guess what, Ray? You can go to another gym. It's not like you can't go to another gym ever again. But when you get someone fired and you can't work that club again, that's not cool. That's never cool. It never will be cool. Even my worst enemies, I would never try to get them fired. Never once did I ever consider getting Hackamania canceled with some bullshit. I know Carl tried to get that rumor going. I tried to get DabbleCon shut down, which is bullshit. Even Mark, the owner, jumped on board. Never do it. I won't. I don't. But getting your gym membership canceled will always be hilarious. Especially from Planet Fitness, one of the shittiest gyms ever. Even though I'd love for them to advertise. I would love for them. Oh, I'm going to reach out to get them to advertise. They could be a $100 sponsor. Anybody work at Planet Fitness watching this, reach out to me. I will promote you guys for just $100 a month. I'll run commercials. I'll run live ads. I'll run reads, visual promotion, whatever. Use the promo code SHARK. Get a membership for $11. Whatever you want to do, reach out to me. Planet Fitness. I'm in. Let's get into business. $100. I guarantee I could get a couple memberships sold. I'll buy one. I sold countless bottles of Silk City hot sauce, Mango Madness, Mud Shark Madness. Use the promo code SHARK, get 15% off your order. One of the hottest sellers over at Silk City Hot Sauce right now. Go get it. We got new artwork coming. Collect all the bottles. Sold countless fucking books. The Fox Point Publishing, Ashley LaRue's Love Until Forever. Moved units, baby. Units. I pushed books. Probably the most books ever bought because of me. I have a track record. Carol Durant single. Mystified. I pumped it, baby. Everyone's bumping Mystified. Even if you don't like house music, you're bumping it. You're at the gym. You're doing it. You're doing it. So Planet Fitness, let's get into bed together. Let's sell some memberships. Black Card. I'll promote it all. Let's go. I want to get in business with Planet Fitness. I want to push memberships. Sorry I said shitty gym earlier. I was emotional. I'm on my period. I am peeing a lot, though. Just for the side note, I am peeing a lot. Just for the record. Probably should get my prostate checked. I'll probably do that when I get back from Utah. Maybe I'll film it like Chrissy Mayer. You have to film everything. Right, Chrissy? Your pregnancy, breastfeeding. I'll film getting my prostate checked. We got to be on camera at all times. No private life. We got to do it. Right, Chrissy? Huh? That's what we do. Everything on camera. Yeah, baby. So speaking of the $100 sponsors, Planet Fitness, I want to thank the people that stuck around and the new people that jumped on board. First and foremost, Ken Mosca, thank you very much. Jared Thompson, thank you for sticking around. Stu John, Twinkleho99, Randy P, Jack, Anthony, Craig T, Big Papa, Bob R, Silk City Hot Sauce, and brand new to the $100 sponsor. He's back, baby. And I'll be hanging out with him in Utah in a week and a half. Vinny motherfucking Cash is a $100 sponsor to the Chad Zumock Patreon. Sit down, Zumock. You too can sign up for as little as $3, but you could be a $100 sponsor and you could be a high roller. And isn't that what you want to do? Be a high roller? So shout out to all the high rollers. Updated, baby. We're updated. We're all on board for the month of June. We're doing it in June. People are saying you're pumping out a lot of podcasts lately. Yes. I'm doing it because I'm going to go to Utah for a week, and I don't know how many I'm going to do there. So I was like, I want to get in front of it, make sure you guys got content. I know a couple people are behind, and that's great. I want to get in front of it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. I was up above it. I'm Ray DeVito singing songs.
Yeah, boy.
You know what? I haven't even checked the chat. I haven't checked. Let's get a look. And right out of the gate, as soon as I take a look, gifting 5 memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, open up your membership tabs, accept gifted memberships, because Detroit by Dark just gifted 5. Woo!
I'm so excited!
Doing it. We're making it happen, everybody. Thank you, Detroit by Dark. Shout out. Hey, Detroit by Dark, it's September. I'm going to be performing in Detroit. I'm going to be Detroit, Grand Rapids. Hold on. Let me tell you the dates. This is going to be fun. Oh, man. Here it is. I had to pull it up. My schedule. September 12th, I will be in Detroit, Michigan, opening for the great Nick Swartzen. September 13th, Petoskey, Michigan, with the great Nick Swartzen. September 14th, Grand Rapids, Michigan, with the great Nick Swartzen. Go to Toilet Head Tour, nickswartzen.net to get your tickets. Excited for that. It's been a while since I've been in. Last time I was in Detroit, I did Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. Thanks to the great Dave Landau for the recommendation. And I headlined. I killed it. It's before I was a broken man in LA. When I went to LA and Patton Oswalt broke my soul. He canceled me. And then Brody died. And then everything was downhill after that. Then I got bitter and angry. I was working with Kevin Brennan. You just get angrier and angrier.
Muscle milk, protein, magnets, apple cider vinegar. I take it and you should too.
I had apple cider vinegar today. Brody, I had a protein shake. Bananas, strawberries, blueberries, pear, chocolate protein, wheatgrass, peanut butter, apple cider vinegar, NutriBullet, yum, yum, cum. I drank it like April drinks cum. I drink cum. Anyways, we're doing it. King of Cali 74 says, it's okay to come back to LA, Chad. I need more time. JCB in the SD says, get that Buddy's Pizza in Detroit. I love a good pizza recommendation. Salvador M says, David Chandler is dead. Let's hope not. I know he had a surgery back in January and kind of disappeared, but I hope he's in a good spot. Shout out to the Chandler family. Salvador M says, Ethan Ralph is coming. He's coming to the show? Come on through, Ethan Ralph. Come to the show. Hang out. April's new boyfriend, my weekly gas bill is 2 times more than his income. Whoa! Chad the pumper Zumock. You guys are crazy. Crazy. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. You guys are fantastic. Even though this is Cumia'S Cucks, we'll touch on Ray. We won't rate for the Ray DeVito show that I do twice a month over on the Patreon. We're going to go ahead and do this because he went live yesterday for no reason. He couldn't wait till he got home. He had to go live. And Kevin sent me the link around 11. I jumped on late. And then he took down the video we were playing. But luckily, to my good friends, Dr. Chow, Franklin Scheckler, who are all over it, they got a copy of it. And we're going to play a little bit of the clip, just one little clip of Ray and how delusional he is at this point, how not self-aware he is, and how this Hackamania weekend has gone straight to his head already. First, it was the roast that he never wanted to do that he ended up winning on a decision, and he won't let it go. He won't let it go. It was the greatest thing ever. And after he does the roast, he pitched a million roast ideas to Kevin, wants to be a roast master. I mean, he thinks he's fucking Tony Hinchcliffe at this point. It's unbelievable. So now it's going to be this standing O that he got to the stage that anybody would have gotten in this universe. I-80 legend. Toilet head, I prefer road head. And that was Ray's photo that he took of himself, and then he quickly realized he had to switch it. But luckily, the internet picked it up, so it'll be out there forever. $500 for his DUI mugshot. $500. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. So this is great. This is Ray. This is where his head's at. And even if we have a Hackamania report. I had boots on the ground from a guy who likes everybody. He likes Melton. He loves everybody on the lineup. He likes me, likes Kevin. It's the most fair assessment you're going to get as a guy who went to the venue. He's been an informant for a long time. He always updates. He gave me a lot of information. Everything he's ever given me has been 100% accurate. So I'm going to read the report from Hackamania from a guy who is just an observer and a fan of all of ours, calling it like he sees it. And you're going to be interested in this because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of bullshit being flung around. And I will give Patrick Melton this. Clip it. Patrick, I do mean this. From what I understand and from what I hear, you're a hell of an event coordinator. You're a party planner. Okay? No one's going to ever take that away from you. I know you like bragging how you know how to put on an event. You do. Melton, I'm going to give you your flowers, the gayest thing ever when people give people flowers. You are fantastic at being an event coordinator. That's what you should focus on. You didn't do stand-up at your own event. You're not a performer. You kind of just showed up for your podcast. You're an event coordinator. Put on events. Seriously, I'll hire you. Next time I have an event, I know you like to shit on that AC show that we did that was thrown together. I'll hire you next time. You can put the event on. You can buy the lanyards. You can get the balloons, the flowers, the artwork. Hopefully, you'll get the guy to run the front door, get security. You can get the food truck. I'll let you do all of that. I like my ex-girlfriend, Jessica. She's an event coordinator. She loves it. She's really good at it. You know, you're like Jessica. You guys you know how to plan events. You guys like you like calling the venue. You like all that stuff. Event coordinator. Put that on the Wikipedia. Not Wikipedia, the LinkedIn. Just organize events, man. You can make money doing that. Because you know how to get the balloons. You know, what else can you do there? You know how to set up the chairs. Yeah, you're an event coordinator. I'm never going to take that away from you, Melton. You are an event coordinator. You're a party planner, baby. I don't want to know. I could probably learn that. It's not even learning. It's just doing it. Doing the grunt work, getting the lanyards, calling the venue, setting up an appointment, talking to them about discounts, capacity. I get all of it. And I get my show in AC didn't go out. It was fine. Everyone had fine. It was more of a meet and greet. I didn't charge $300, $200, and $100 a ticket. It was already there. People were already there. People weren't flying in for it. So you got to meet Stuttering John, you got to meet Gino, you got to meet me, you got to meet the Sorcerer, you got to meet Movie Star Fingernails, Flimsy. We're all hanging out, drinking. Everyone was drunk. John from Win by Two, Beloved Chatter, they're all hanging out. And we put on the show. It was a little something extra. It's $30. No big deal. It was worth it. Everyone had a good time. I didn't do it a whole weekend of it. I didn't pretend like it was this great event throughout the weekend. You're right. I didn't have Ray DeVito's podcast or a shitty stand-up show. Let's get to it. First, let's listen to Ray. Listen to Ray and his by the way, Ray's back in reality today. He flew out red eye last night. I mean, Melton he had to check out of his hotel at 11. He had to wait around all day in Vegas to leave. Now he's back at his parents' dead friend's basement, facing reality. Because he's still riding that high of his standing O coming to the stage. And then every time he did material, they're all checked out. But you go back into Hackverse stuff, they're all in. But he has that. It kept him throughout the weekend. He even said people bought him drinks all weekend. He didn't have to buy a drink. People were buying him food. I'm getting reports from multiple people that he was fucking wasted out of his mind on Friday. Like legitimately wasted out of his mind. So he's bragging about how everyone's buying him drinks. And that's always been my problem with Ray is like, you guys just recklessly support this guy. Enablers, you know? Enablers. Again, to this day, he still has a leaky tire. And he's a road comic. He still hasn't bought a tire. You know, the little things that you need to do to survive. Hold on. Before we get into this, I got a funny super chat. Listening on Apple CarPlay, Melton's humpback is now projecting on my car screen. That's great. I love it. I love it. You know, he could say, Melton's another guy calls everyone fat, everything else. And it's just, dude, you look like a tub of shit. A melted grimace. So let's get to the Ray video real quick. It's real quick, and then we'll read the review. We'll read the review from a non-biased guy who loves all of us. And he's also a Patreon member. Thank you so much. Please consider signing up to my Patreon for as little as $3. You get the audio, sometimes video. $10 gets everything. $100, you're a sponsor. You get a t-shirt. You get stickers. You can promote whatever you want to promote, from Carol Durant's single, Mystified, to Silk City Hot Sauce, to your social media, to your Twitter, to your Instagram, your YouTube page. You're trying to grow your YouTube page? Hit me up. Patreon.com/sitdown Zumock. Holla at your boy. Where is it at? Here it is. It's over on Rumble because Ray locked it down. He locked it down. Now, this is Ray recapping Hackamania. It was all love. Everyone loved him. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Victor Mature, the standing ovation was sarcasm on Matt. I don't know about that, Victor Mature. I am as self-deprecating as anyone out there. No, it was genuine love. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you out.
It was genuine love.
I'm very self-deprecating. It wasn't a sarcastic standing ovation. They fucking loved me. I'm sorry. Clip it, Bex. I know my lost interest. Like clip.
He copies everybody. Clip it, Bex. I've been saying that forever. Come up with your own catchphrase, dude.
This stuff now, but no, it was genuine love. They were fucking really happy I was there. Yeah. A lot of people were like crazy excited to see me. It wasn't out of sarcasm, if that makes sense. I know you want to take shots at me, but yeah, it was love. It was love. I'm sorry they liked me. Trust me, I'm quick to point out when people don't like me. They really liked me. They fucking really liked me.
They really liked me. Like Sally Field, they really liked me. It was love. They loved me. They really, really liked me. They really liked. Who says that with a straight face? They really, really liked me. I mean, Sally Field did that years ago, and Ray's, they really liked me. It wasn't sarcastic. They loved me. It's so in his head. And I talked about with Kevin yesterday on the program with this. And I talked to a friend today who's watching this. Ray followed some Vegas unknowns, and the guy before him didn't do so hot. So Ray was the very first person on stage that this whole universe is aware. They know Ray. They know Ray. So he's the first guy on that shitty stand-up show, and I understand it was shit. We'll get to the review. It was him coming to this. We know Ray. We see Ray. He's been on all these shows. We've talked about Ray. So it was more, we know him. And like I said yesterday, it's like Ali Sheedy coming out at a Comic-Con for a Breakfast Club Q&A. So anybody coming to that stage would have got if Patrick Melton came on stage, if fucking Bob Levy, anybody, Pat Dix, anybody would have got a huge pop. But in Ray's mind, it was just Ray. They really liked me. They really liked me. They bought me drinks all night. I didn't have to buy a drink. Yeah, Ray, we know why you go to these events. We know why you showed up to WATP, not booked, snuck your way onto the show, ate all the drinks, drank all the drinks and ate all the pizza in the green room. That's your life. You're a freeloader. That's why you go over to Gas Digital when you're not booked to raid their refrigerator, to drink their beer, eat their food. You did the same thing with Hackamania. You know, if you're going to show up there, you're not going to buy a drink. You're not going to have to buy food. You're not going to have a ride back to the hotel. It's going to be covered. Anybody in this universe would have been, except we don't freeload like that. You're the only guy to do it. They liked me. They really, really liked me. They liked me.
Like, yeah, like I said, like I wanted when I got off stage, I went in the other room because I didn't want to like interrupt it. And like,
listen to this.
A bunch of people came out in the other room because they were like, wanted to like come hang out with me. Like, I think I paid for maybe 3 things all weekend, like 3 beers or whatever. Like, no.
Who brags about that? Who has the balls to brag about that?
People like,
you know what I do, Ray? When someone wants to buy me a drink or shot, every now and then, yeah, cool. But I'm like, no, let me get it. Thank you. Thank you for following me. Thank you. I give out these Hackamania or these Hackamania shirts or Zumock Mania. That's where they got the idea from. I just mail them out. I give them out because I'm grateful. Thank you very much for supporting me. Thank you for your generosity. No, let me buy you a drink. My Todd at Off the Hook, who came out to see me. Let me get you a drink. No, let me get you a drink. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's why I give out those shirts. Granted, I got an amazing deal on them, but still, I pay for the postage. It's gratitude. Thank you very much for supporting whatever I got going on. I don't take. I want to thank you very much. What can I do? I go out of my way. You know? And I know I got shit with the sketty tooth thing, and it got out of, I mean, a lot of that's bullshit. I never tried to get her fired and all. That was all nonsense. But I sat there and hung out with them the whole time because well into my second show, I was dead tired. I had to go over notes, but I hung out because I was grateful they came to the show. Like thank you very much. I appreciate it. The least I can do is hang out with you guys. And it was a nice time, regardless of what they say. We had a nice conversation. There was no bullshit. There's no animosity. We had a nice back and forth until Melton fucked it all up. But Ray's just like, gimme. Who brags about that?
People took care, like they were happy to be at. It was great. It was great. I'm sorry. Hate somewhere else. Trust me. I'm very self-deprecating, victim mature. I'll take shots at me.
You're also a narcissist. And Ray, this will go away. You know comedy. I don't know if you know comedy. This will pass. I know you're going to talk about it nonstop. Yeah, did Chad ever get a standing O before I got to the stage? Before he got to the stage? No. The difference between me and you is, I remember one time, I think it was Florentine said, never get comfortable with this business because anything can happen at any given moment. He told me a story about opening for Artie Lang at Carnegie Hall. And 2 days later, he was at some shit one-nighter. at a Ramada Inn. That's what comedy is. You know? I remember opening for Crystalia in this theater. Fucking killed. Went outside. They liked me, right? They really, really liked me. They all got photos and bought everything. They put me up at the Four Seasons car service. A week later, I'm at a VFW hall. That's what it is. But in Ray's mind, this is what his career is now. He's going to send his tape to Dave Stroop. You might want to give me that Sunday back. He's going to tell Mark Norman, you might want to have me on Tuesdays with stories. He's going to email Jim and Sam. Might want to have me back. So it was a false reality.
But no, it was a lot of love in this one.
They
John
like me.
Russ, Ray likes men. All right, John Russ. Well, I like you, John Russ.
I like you. You're my buddy. I'm reading the chat right now. Dr. Chow says, I was the best comedian at Hackamania will be said 750 times over the next 30 days. 100%. Michaela said, you can't be serious. Who said Chad got her fired? Melton made it up. Somebody made it up. I don't know who made it up. They said I was calling her family. I'm like, what are you talking about? Michaela says, Sketty didn't say anything bad. Melton did. It doesn't matter. It's so like stupid. They tried to make it into something. It didn't exist. They're using me as a fall guy, and it wasn't cool. All right, you guys are having a good time in this chat. I can't keep up.
I can't keep up with nothing.
She had her own full name on Twitter. Come on. Oh, yeah, she said I dox her when her name's on Twitter. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not even mad at her. I don't give a shit. It's just like she really tried to get something going for herself. Hit the like button, everybody. Where are we at? Got over 300 people watching. Thanks for tuning in. Venmos, Cash Apps, hit your friend. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever people say. Jocktober Junkie says, I got to roll with Ray at Hackamania. New fan. I got to roll. I'm going to tell you right now, anybody can roll with Ray DeVito. Anybody in this chat, you can have Ray's phone number. You can hang out with him. It's that simple. Just reach out. Tell Ray you're a fan. Send him a super chat. Buy a download. You're in his life forever. I know you guys, oh, you're just bitter. You're angry. No. I'm warning you. Trust me. I was on the other side of that. Michaela says a lot of rumors fly. Yeah, I mean, that's like it's the Ray DeVito. You hear something, you run with it. Salvador Ram says Melton fake white knighted. He's very Red Honda says Sketty is a Melton ball washer. She's into hunchbacks. I don't know about that. If that's Ray, he goes, oh, that's what I heard too. I heard that too. All right, let's get to the review. I know a lot of people that went to Hackmania are butthurt. Oh, I can't pull this up on screen. I can't tell you who my source is. I almost pulled it up on screen. I almost pulled a Stuttering John and blew it. All right, so this is one of my inside guys. He's been on my Patreon for over a year. He's given me information. It's always checked out. He's always been on the ball. He doesn't mind if I read this. He gave me a lot of steel toe information that I was not aware of. And then it happened. It transpired. I believe he was the first one saying he's the one who informed me that there might be some swinging going on. He knew stuff about Nick Rekieta. But let me just go ahead and read what I have. This is from him. You could always DM me on Patreon. I read them all. I try to answer. I do answer them all. I always answer the Patreon first. You guys are the paying customers. So if you message me on Twitter or Instagram, I don't get back to you. Sorry. I'm busy. I take care of my people. So it says, Chad, I'm just getting back from Hackamania, and I'm going to give you a complete rundown of what I witnessed on an unbiased attendee. First and foremost, a lot of the pictures you may have seen in reports you probably already heard are likely from me I did filter out info throughout different venues throughout the weekend. Friday, he landed in Vegas, got to his hotel room. He stayed at the Grand, which was a recommendation by Melton, and where all the quote-unquote stars of the show were staying. As far as the hotel casino goes in Vegas, it certainly wasn't the worst, but obviously not a premier location either. Got my room key, unpacked, essentially headed right to the show from the venue. Upon getting into my Uber, the driver legitimately asked me if I was sure that was the part of town I was headed to on the way. He said it was a rough area and most visitors don't go there. Again, this is non-biased. I'm just telling you. Hold on, let me drink some water. All right. As we got closer, I actually thought the address had to be wrong because the area was very run down. But sure enough, there it was, Synwave. I guess I was naive. I was expecting a line out the door and would have had to wait to get in. Absolutely not. Walked right in, and there was a woman sitting at a picnic table asking for an ID to cross-reference her ticket list. Give her my ID. She looks through the list of names, can't find mine, ask where I bought the ticket, etc. And then she ultimately says, fuck it, and gave me the badge for access. She couldn't find the name. Then he goes, you remember when they trashed you for letting people walk into your event without a door guy? I literally didn't even have a ticket for even though I actually paid, but I didn't actually have one on the list. So he basically said, I could have just went instead of paying for one. When I walked into the main area of the venue, bar lounge, it was dead. Literally one guy was sitting alone at a table drinking with 0 people at the bar. I go to the bar, get a beer. They have 0 on tap. The guy said they have 3 choices of beer, only in cans. I ended up getting a Miller Lite. And he said if I wanted another to keep in mind, they only had a 12-pack of it. Unreal. At this point, it's past 7 o'clock. The comedy show is supposed to have already started. I walk into the back room where the event is being held. Right off the bar was the first thing I noticed was the smell of the venue. It was very pungent and rancid and reeked of body odor. There was no assigned seating whatsoever, even though they advertised VIP passes. I was able to sit wherever the fuck I wanted and plenty of seats were open. So I said previously, the comedy show was already supposed to be taking place, but it wasn't. Some terrible podcast was still on. I have no clue who they were. Still don't. I looked at my watch, checked the Hackamania schedule to see if I gotten the times mixed up. Nope. It was just poorly ran. The podcast was 30 minutes over their slot. When the podcast finally ended, Melton and his buddy Moody frantically ran around the room trying to figure out tech issues why none of the screens or lights were working at the time. They legit asked audience members for cords, cables to make shit work. Imagine going to a professional show and the performers asking were the audience for the USB cables and thumb drives if they had extras. If it were someone else, Melton would do an 8-hour stream on how dumb they were and how smart he was. I like this. So while this is going on, I go back to the bar, get another beer. They're already out of Miller Lite. And another beer was only one option. If I had a ballpark how many people were there at this point, I'd be comfortable saying 60 to 80 people. But it was also clear about 30 of those people were either part of Hackamania or they were with somebody else. The stand-up show starts. Absolutely terrible. Worst stand-up show I've ever seen. The room was dead silent. The laughter is coming from 3 to 5 people who were clearly pity laughing and forcing it. It was so fucking cringe. While this was going on, I can't get past how fucking terrible the place smelled. You look around and 40% of the audience is heavily obese dudes who were sweating the whole time. The garbage cans were full. There was trash spillage everywhere, cans everywhere. No one was cleaning anything up. It was a shit show. I know this is a long report, but I have plenty more if you're interested, and I'm interested. And this is a non-biased guy who likes all of it. I'm just saying. This is a report from a guy who's been messaging me throughout the year. And he's always been right about stuff. And he likes everybody. He pays attention to he doesn't have any animosity. He's not on a side. He's not on my side. I know they want to draw a line in the sand. You're either with them or you're against us. He's all in. He went there expecting a great show, and he was disappointed. And he said the first night there was a lot of people, and the second night there was less. Dick says, I believe you're spy. Anna Maria, I'm eating this up. It tastes much better than it smells. Ozone says, Melton actually asked the crowd if anyone had long USB cords. That happened. So I got it confirmed by Ozone. Ozone's a fucking guy who he's a Melton fan. So he's always bragging about how professional he is and how he knows how he's competent, he knows how to get things done. And he's asking the audience if they have extra USB cables. So go drink the Kool-Aid, guys. Drink it. Drink it. They're a gang of 5 right now. They're all circling the wagons. Pat Dixon, Ray, Melton, Carl, Vinny Paulino, Tukey. They got each other's back. Ray got the best reaction he's ever gotten in his 24 years of stand. He got a standing ovation before he said a word. Because they recognized him. He was a part of this Dabbleverse, the Hackverse. I'm telling you, anybody would have went out. Carl, Vinny, anybody would have got a standing O. Let's not get it twisted. So that's that. That's my review from an unbiased guy. He has no allegiance to me, anyone. He watches all of it. I'm sure he would have tore my AC event apart. And it wasn't an event. It was just a show. This was an event. This was planned out and prepared. 4 days. Podcasting, open mic, karaoke, stand-up show, poker, breakfast. What else was going on? VIP, meet and greet. This is a whole thing. This is orchestrated by an event planner, Patrick Melton, the event planner, the guy who plans events, the guy who was asking the crowd for USB cables and thumb drives. So he took how many days did he shit on my show in AC? By the way, what a bitch. Never showed up to my show. Could have confronted me. All of them. They could have left, took a 5-minute Uber ride to the venue. They could have jumped into a Uber like Stuttering John did with somebody else, and they could have experienced it themselves. But no, they didn't. Melton throw on a whole show, doesn't even do stand-up, just shows up to his podcast with no clips pulled, brings 5 people to the stage, and they just have a conversation. It's lazy. He put lanyards and balloons before the show. And that's a fact, Jack. I'm looking at the chat. I don't know what I missed. Red Honda, what happened to the Hackamania cookout? Good question. Where was the cookout? How come no one talked about the cookout? I know Michaela gets really upset when I shit on Hackamania, but Michaela, were you defending me at all when Melton was shitting all over me and everything I do and everything I've done? I get it. You want to own it. And I'm sure it was nice meeting people. I'm sure it was fine. Community's fine. We share a lot of the same community. I don't expect you to choose me over anybody. Go like it. That's fine, but I'm allowed to shit on it. I'm allowed to criticize it. Okay? I'm just a response. I'm just a response. Oh, yeah. What happened with Sunday? And nobody's like doing anything. Dick Fitzwell, he asked for people on Discord to help clean up yesterday. So he asked the paying customers to help clean up. Is that true? That's sad. Come clean up this event. Shit Show says balloons are gay. Chad is right about that. See? Yeah, Mason Portland's lanyards are pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you got your lanyard. You can hang it up on your mirror, put it on your trophy case. Good for you. Anyways, that's it. Serial Killer says, no one's saying you can't criticize, but don't call Michaela if she's refusing. Wait, hold on. If she's refuting things. No, that's fine. And listen, it's a difference of opinion. You know, of course you're going to want to enjoy it. You spent a lot of money flying there, getting a hotel. And plus, it is Vegas. There's options. There's things to do. But don't tell me the stand-up show was good. You can't. Don't tell me Ray DeVito's live podcast was good. You can't. It might have been fun interacting with people, getting to know people from the chat, you know, telling stories, talking about things. I get that. That's how it was in AC. Like, even though like the speaker system sucked, we still show went on. They were fine. People that listened liked it. But the fun part was interacting and talking and getting to know people and taking photos. All of that's great. T-Gun says Earl was good. Earl is good. Earl's a good comic. Mason in Portland, the food trucks were A+. I hope they should be. They should be. If you have a food truck, it better be good. Or they're going to shut it down. They're going to shut it down. Kevin Brennan has offered April Emholt a job on he's going to pay her $40,000 a year to be the co-host, which sucks for me, Bichetti, and everybody else, Felicia Gillespie, because, you know, we like going on there, chopping it up, making a couple bucks. So if April accepts this job, we're out. Bichetti's gone. I'm gone. Felicia's gone. Stevie Lou's. We're all gone. But $40,000 to go, be Kevin's co-host. It's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. You know, I don't know if she's going to get hired by anybody anytime soon. I don't know what the situation is. Shades Cal says the balloons were definitely a waste of money. I mean, the balloons were there. There were balloons everywhere. Lots of balloons. Did anybody take the balloons home? I bet Ray did. He tried to get the balloons through TSA. I got balloons and a hot dog. I got balloons and a hot dog. What? I can't have it on, but I was the performer. You see my standing O? But Kevin has offered, and Aaron is all over it.
That's, I mean, you may not need it, but nice to have, right? Jimmy says, Johnny says he never got his raise. Well, that would be a lie. Johnny's raise starts this month. Johnny received the first of his raise payments, if you will, on June 1st.
June 1st.
Sorry about that, buddies. I know you guys are trying to sow some kind of weird dissension, but
he's yawning at his own show.
As usual, your efforts come up short. 335 is today's number as far as the goal goes. We're a little slow, or I'm sorry, 330, not 335.
335 is my goal.
335 away from today. Let's drop that under 300 by the top of the hour. That would be great. Super chats, memberships, Streamlabs, PayPal,
all of that. Yeah.
Venmo, Rumble rants, etc. Throw in a couple of bucks to support your favorite little engine that could.
Yeah, I'm the little engine that could.
On a solo
I'm
show.
The little engine that could.
Kevin Brennan yesterday on his program, Misery Loves Company, which I was on when the arrest news broke. It broke.
Glad you're resetting that. We know.
Well, I was on MLC, mugshots and everything. Jesus, that was a classic episode. I may have been part, not trying to brag, I may have been part of the greatest episode of Misery Loves Company of all time. And even if you don't agree with that, right now, name me one better.
The one with Doug Stanhope, Rich Voss, Bert Kreischer calling in to confirm that Jace Moore smacked him like a bitch. That was pretty good. The legend. It's the legend, everybody. This guy hit a grand slam for the Cincinnati Reds. It's on YouTube. I looked it up. I thought Hackamania was a Melton lookalike contest. I bet it smelled like swamp ass in that joint. I mean, it was a lot of Meltons. It was a lot of Meltons. Thank you, the legend. This is who you are.
So that is why I am better than everyone in the world. Kiss my ass and suck my dick, everyone.
Sammy V's been a member for 10 months. Whoa! Wow.
Damn!
For Hackamania reviews, check out the Lance News Network over in Spurtobia. Yeah, you can get your plugs in there. Spurtobia Discord. Follow their Discord. Jump in there. Ray will be in there. Ray's in all the Discords from what I hear. April's new boyfriend. Whoa. Wow. Cumia doesn't like that. F you, Ray. Humpty. Steel Toe. Call me, Donnie. Call me, Donnie. What's your story?
Look, man, I may not be the best episode of Misery Loves Company ever, but I'm head and shoulders above whoever's in second place. Well, Kevin Brennan was, I guess, shitting on Hackamania, which I guess the bedbug fest that somebody said barely a couple hundred people attended, which, yikes. I mean, you had what, like 3 or 4 different shows with 3 or 4 different audiences attending that? Like, you loaded it the fuck up and you drew a couple hundred people.
I kind of agree with this. When you have Carl's audience, I guess that first podcast Melton had on, I guess they have a following. I'm not aware of them. I'd never heard of them, but obviously he's trying to scoop in on their audience. And then he's got the WATP with Dr. Steve. You had Tukey. They have their own little world over there. So there's an audience. They have that DabbleCon once a year. They did that show in Florida. And from what I understand, DabbleCon and that show in Florida sold more tickets than Hackamania.
Oof, that's a tough one.
And let's face it, no one paid to see Ray and Pat. Those guys were just throw-ins.
Well, Kevin was talking about that, and up came this idea that Kevin has, or that apparently he's thought through, that April is going to be his new sidekick on Misery Loves Company. I guess this would kick Chad Zumock to the curb. Chad wouldn't be the co-host anymore. He'd lose his gig to April, which I'll be honest, that would be funny to me.
I'm not his co-host. I come on once or twice a week.
For all the shit he's talked and now kind of the W he's dragging around right now, for April to come in and take his job. Now, I'm going to say before we listen to any of this, before we hear how Kevin's going to sweeten the pot and whatnot, I don't think April's interested. I don't think April wants to be part of the internet world anymore. I don't think she wants.
How do you know? Maybe she just didn't want to be on your show anymore. Maybe she wants the bigger audience. You don't know. Obviously, you don't know your wife. You guys said you guys were going to be together forever till death do us part. Said it was 2 years.
Wants to be on anyone's show. I mean, first, she had this show, and she was good on it. You know, she did a good job. But she got into disco, as we all did, and this show didn't seem as interesting to her anymore. She found a higher rung on the ladder, and she climbed that one. And then this show didn't seem that important to her anymore. So she just quit her job. And then she got discovered as the person who was in the studio with Nick when he was doing his shows, because her voice was on the fucking disaster nightmare stream. And that kind of exposed her. The whole, it's still on, clear as day. So I don't think she, and then of course the arrest a few days later. I don't think, if April's smart, she's in Litchfield right now, licking her wounds, recovering from all this, getting back into another line of work, living a private life as a private citizen, and rebuilding. At 29 years old, it's not impossible. You go back, you find a good gig, you go back to maybe the factory stuff, make some decent money.
By the way, just for the record, I thought the factory stuff, I thought we made that up. I really did. I thought we just kind of went with it. We just assumed she worked at a factory, because I don't think it was ever really said that she worked in a factory. If it was, I don't remember it. I just remember saying she worked in a factory. I call her a woods girl that works in a factory. I had nothing to back it up on. I was reckless, like Carl said when she was taking meth. I just assumed she worked in a factory. And the fact that I heard that, I was like, oh shit. Everything I said about them was true. I said that they're doing drugs. I said they're swinging. And I said she worked in a factory. It's unbelievable. I mean, Aaron wants me so badly to take this victory lap, but it's too easy. It's like Ray DeVito. It's too easy. They travel the desert podcast with ghosts. Holy shit. $5. Thanks for the new super chat. That first podcast is Dick Masterson's, which is crazily enough ties into the steel toe because Nick Rekieta was on it a lot. Dick's voice is hard to listen to. Okay, I'm not familiar with him. I'm learning a lot more about Dick Rekieta. I didn't know anything about him. I knew nothing about Dick Masterson. So I guess it made sense for them to be there. I don't know. Noga. Does anyone else think Aaron is doing coke by himself? Whoa. If I was Ray DeVito, I would run with it. Aaron's still doing coke. Steel Toe's still doing coke. I read it in the super chat. A guy in the super chat said he's still doing coke. That's what Ray DeVito does. Obviously, we don't know.
Build your life, totally possible. In fact, not only possible, if you stay clean and you stay away from the disco life, 100% likely.
Disco life. This isn't 1978. This is like the disco life. Studio 54, Andy Warhol. It's 2024. No, it's not disco life. It's white trash in Minnesota. If you stay against, if you don't participate in white trash Minnesota things to do when you're bored, you'll be all right. There's nothing disco about doing coke at the Rekieta's house.
You rebuild your life. Honestly, before your 30th birthday, you've got your life rebuilt, in my opinion. But going back to the internet stuff, there's that saying, just some people can't handle the internet. She's one of those people. It's just, number one, she's a woman, and it's fucking brutal out there for a woman on the internet. And, trying to handle all that is very, very difficult. So let's see what Kevin Brennan's got. You guys knock out our 330. We're slow going to start this.
Yeah, knock out now it went from 320 to 325 to 330. What the fuck, man? Did someone take away money
this morning?
I got to knock out my goal.
Feel like chipping in, please do. We appreciate it. Let's watch Kevin Brennan's offer to April, my ex-wife, to join Misery Loves Company. She should kind of take this as a compliment if you think about it. I mean, people are still thinking about her. People still, she's still a name. She's still got enough drawing power that Kevin Brennan wants to pay her a salary to work.
For all the wrong reasons, dude. For all the wrong reasons. It's not a talent thing. It's not like he sees this talent in the rough. It's because of all the controversy that's going around about her arrest and your divorce. Nothing to do with talent. I can't speak for Kevin Brennan, but I'm assuming he's just like, you know what? There's something there. Something magical. I want to make her the next Robin Quivers
with him.
My name's on the wall at the Comedy Store. His isn't. So
this is weird watching Kevin watch Earl, Steel Toe watch Kevin watch Earl.
Zinger.
I don't really care what he thinks about my stand-up, to be honest.
I have no idea.
He seems like a nice guy. Like, I enjoy his he's a good I guess sidekick to Kevin for the moment.
He is?
Is that Chad? He's talking about Chad?
No, dummy. He's talking about Liam.
Liam's my new sidekick. Speaking of
Liam.
sidekicks, I'm making a formal April offer right now. April, $40K a year to be my sidekick, and you can have weekends off like Cumia'S. No Saturdays, no Sundays. Saturdays I got the sorcerer and whoever jumps on with him. Was that a classic, Chad? He jumps off the.
So he offers April $40,000 a year. I think we've talked about this on the show before, so I'm safe. She'd have to take a pay cut to work for Kevin.
Ooh. So she was making more on the Steel Toe show. Wow. That's a lot of cocaine. Dick Masterson and Carl wash each other's balls. Ah. Probably how he got on the show.
Look, we had to cover what she was making at the old place. She hated the old place. She wanted to work here.
The factory.
So I had to make that work fiscally for her. So she'd have to take a little bit of a pay cut. And I can't imagine that Misery Loves Company's audience is less brutal than a Steel Toe audience. I can't imagine that whatever Kevin's audience does is nicer than what we're doing. I'm not saying they're bigger pricks or assholes than our audience. I mean, if you go through our chat, I'm sure there's people right now. I'm the worst motherfucker who ever lived. I'm terrible.
Kevin also doesn't block anybody.
I'm awful. This guy sucks. I hate him. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it's just a wonderland of positive.
I know for a fact I got 5 moderators. 5. Only 2 people are blocked. I checked the block list just to make sure there's no silliness going on, any tomfoolery. Only 2 people are blocked. One of them's from me, and the other's from one of the moderators. And I greenlit it. I go, yep, it was a good call. Good call. Now over on Steel Toe, it's just a fucking, it's fucking China. You can't have any kind of expression.
Activity. But Kevin's people, they do it for sport. For them, it's like part of the show.
We have thick
so I don't know if that would be the best place for her. But Kevin's making an offer. And how's Kevin's wife going to feel about this also?
Joe,
all she's got to do is read a couple articles where, you kind of see what the old running group was into.
Now, this is what's funny here. This is the reason why I play this clip. Now, obviously, Kevin's having fun with this. He's having a good time. It's funny because, people are talking. It's like me. I'm asking for Ray DeVito's mugshot for $500 from his DUI arrest. I will pay it. But the chances of April actually taking him up on that, he knows is probably not going to happen. I agree with Steel Toe. She doesn't want to be on the internet. She feels like the internet ruined her life. But now Steel Toe first is like, she's not going to do it. Then all of a sudden he brings up Kevin's wife and he goes, throws his ex-wife under the car and says, yeah, if you do a quick Google search of my ex-wife, you'll see what she was into. I don't think Kevin's wife's going to like that. So he's cock blocking her job opportunity. I'm not saying she was interested in the job, but he is right now, just in case there's like something in the back of April's mind. Like, I want to stick it to Aaron. I want to get back at him. What better way to go on Kevin's podcast? I could do it from home on Zoom or StreamYard. And he's thinking, just in case, let me throw her under the bus with Kevin's wife. Let me say, hey, do a quick Google search of my ex-wife and you'll see what she was into. I don't know if that's going to fly if she's Kevin's co-host. Wow. Holy shit.
Allegedly. And, I think there might be some questions raised right off the top.
Say bye, didn't do his plugs, just jumped off the fucking show.
I addressed that already.
I'll give April a 20% year-end bonus on the 40K if she comes bikini clad twice a week. Not twice a week in the summer, maybe, but not in the winter. All right, somebody reach out to her. I'm not kidding, man. I think that would really. First of all, listen. I'm gonna be as fair as I can here, but
okay,
she ain't gonna be able to get a job. I mean, she can work at the 7-Eleven or something, but I'm sure that
I suggested a laundromat yesterday. Kevin got a chuckle out of it, but I really mean you could get a job at a laundromat. Like right now, my washer's broke. My dryer still works, but my washer's broke. So there's a laundromat literally down the street from me. And I was washing my clothes. And there's a guy who's always there, this kid. And he's like wearing like sandals, t-shirt, basketball shorts. And he's just like kind of folding clothes and just sitting behind the counter for change, watching TV. I see him take out the trash every once in a while, giving out change. I'm like, this would be a good job, right? Super laid back, not a lot going on. I don't know how much of a background check they do at a laundromat. I mean, the mob uses the term laundering money because of a laundromat. I think that's a good job. Holy shit, everybody. Jeff Closer from out of nowhere gifting 5 memberships.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
Ah! Woo! Thank you, Jeff. I'm hard. AP says, tell Gladwell to fix it. It's getting fixed. It's just, we got to, it's just a minor speed bump. Chad's ball washer is broken. Yeah, everybody thank Jeff if you got a gifted membership in the chat. Kel messed the membership train. There you go. Stallion, thank you for your clips, Stallion. I have a couple of them queued up. I don't know if I'm going to get to them today. But follow Stallion on YouTube. Subscribe. Obviously, My Lost Interest. Subscribe. Who else am I missing here? Dabbleversity. Subscribe to all the Clippers. They're keeping all of us in business. So let them get monetized so they can make a couple bucks themselves. Red Bull the Devil says Jeff Closer out here Jeff Closer out here turning bread into fish. Congratulations, serial killer. Why are we congratulating serial killer? What happened? Damn you, Jeff Closer. Oh yeah, he's a membership guy and he doesn't like me. Okay, I love it. Good. Welcome. Hit the like button, serial killer. Sign up to my Patreon. Barry Watson says, hey, Chad, give me a shout out. I am Mr. 5,000. Never forget. Yeah, Barry Watson was my 5,000 subscriber. Thank you for subscribing and being the 5,000th. Stella B's in the house. Oh, Dirty Dalish is back. If April makes her Woods Girl OnlyFans, I'll do God's work and make content with her. I mean, it's not a bad idea. You might as well. I mean, what does Karen Feehan make? She makes like $50,000 a month. Stella B's in here, my bike partner.
She's either gonna have to move or this Nick Ricotta guy. Again, he's not my business. But April got dragged into it. She got arrested. I don't know what happens. Like, I never really got arrested like that. So I don't know if you
I have
appear on your somebody does a background check on you. They don't appear unless you're convicted of some kind of crime, but
they can look it up though. And I think Kevin's being a little unfair on that one. I mean, I don't think it's going to stop her from getting certain jobs, like doing what she did before this. And she'd been doing that for years. But doing what she did before this, which has retirement and benefits and all that stuff, it's a blue collar living. She could do that. I don't think they're going to turn her away for that one mistake. I think she could do that again, and she could do that the rest of her life. She'd be the hottest chick at the factory.
I love that she works at the factory. We called it. I swear to God, I swear I never heard him say she just worked at a factory. I just assumed. And I was right. I do want to thank, right out of the gate, I want to thank Jeff Closer, and I want to thank Detroit Bike Dark for starting off the memberships today, because we are officially over the 700 sub mark. First time ever we have over 700 memberships because of you guys. Thank you to Bill from Jersey and everybody else that signed up for memberships. I do appreciate it. That's a milestone. Thank you very much for gifting memberships, signing up for memberships. It's not lost upon me. I'm not Ray DeVito. You guys are the people that make this thing go. You are the gasoline for this vehicle. You're the cow shit, like in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, the ethanol. And why not? Let's just keep the party going. We got Luis J. Gomez with 5 gifted memberships. Holy shit! What a day! What a day! And to everyone that just got a gifted membership, all I have to say to you is,
Welcome to the party,
pal. Thank you, Lewis. Good luck at Skankfest. Good luck at Skankfest.
And I'm not saying that to shit on anybody. Like, after the life she's been living, which is the life I'd been living, it's not a good life. You shouldn't be living that way, especially if you have children. And she doesn't. I get that.
I thought she did.
But, like, it's not a life you should be.
I thought her kids were your kids. She said that. Those are my kids, too.
Living. So when I say, oh, she could be the hottest girl at the factory, that's a good thing. There's a lot of people who would kill to be the hottest girl at the factory.
See, that's another thing Aaron needs to pay attention to. Now, I grew up in a single-parent household for the most part until I was 11 when my mom met my abusive stepfather. So from the ages of me being born, age 5, my grandparents pretty much raised me. My mom, we lived with my grandparents. It was me, my mom, my grandma. Lived in Bedford, Ohio, if you guys really want to get technical. And I told the story on MLC. I told on my podcast, my old radio show. When I was 4.5, my grandfather, who I was very close with, from what I understand, he owned a trucking company. So every day, like around 5, he'd come in with his truck, and he had like all these trucks in the back, and it was a whole company. It was crazy. Dump trucks, semis. So we lived in this cool house, and we'd come home, we'd have dinner, I'd hang out with my grandpa. I'd sit on his last, watch Hogan's Heroes. He'd drink a Rolling Rock. I remember it, even though I was 4.5. Anyways, one day my mom was at work. I was only home with my grandfather. He had a heart attack in the kitchen and died. And I was the only one there. So I watched my grandfather die. To this day, I still remember the whole thing when I was 4. I'm taking a long way to get to my point, but let's just walk this journey together. How about that? We're killing time. We're doing it. Kevin's not going to go on until like 4:10 anyway, so we got time. And it was crazy. Like I called 911 as a kid, 0 or what. Anyways, the ambulance came. My mom came home. Everyone's crying. My grandpa's dead. So a year later, my grandma had cancer, and then it got we kept her at home, and I go in her room every morning and just visit her every morning. And one morning I went in there, I found her dead from cancer. So within 2 years, I find both my grandparents dead. Long story boring, to quote Brent Ernst from the series Cobra Kai, where he plays Daniel LaRusso's cousin, I believe Vinny. Anyways, it doesn't matter. My mom and we went out on our own. And then she had boyfriends. She started dating. And I remember a guy named Stanley. And he came around, and he was a great guy, just a great dude. I didn't have a dad, so he would read me stories. He'd talk to me. He was a nice guy, buy me toys. And I was just like, wow, this is like my dad, And then one day, Stanley quit coming around. I'm like, Mom, where's Stanley? And she's just like, Stanley's not coming back around anymore. I'm like, why? And she's like, things change. Things just change. And I was like, at the time, 7 or 8. And he had been around for like a year and a half. And I started crying because I love this guy. He was great. He'd buy me gifts, buy me candy. He was nice to me. He'd throw a baseball with me. And then he just disappeared. So that's what sucks on Aaron's end. You bring these women into your kids' lives and they just disappear. It has a long-term psychological effect on them. Like they just come and go. You can't just be prancing women in and out of these people's lives, these kids' lives. So any single parent out there, really watch. I'm giving parenting advice I'm not a father. I'm not a parent, but I know what it's like being on the other end of that. I know what it's like prancing around somebody and then they're gone. It fucks with the kid. And this is a serious moment right now I'm having. I'm not trying to be funny. So the long-term psychological effects of April, luckily they have a mom and Ashley. Of April not being there, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be weird. But from what I understand, towards the end there, they were kind of disconnected from her anyway, and she was disconnected. So maybe it's going to be a clean split. They're glad she's gone, maybe. I don't know, but I know from my experience, I can share my story. I'm sharing my story like I'm Hannah Gadsby. It's my story to tell. My story. April's new boyfriend, Sammy V and Donnie D.K. ought to ride in deaf. What? Speaking of cocaine, Jesus, calm down, dude.
It's not glamorous. It ain't disco.
Disco.
But what did disco get you? Disco almost got you a charge that could have landed you 25 years.
Why is he calling it disco? Shut up. Just say cocaine charge.
In the clink. So who gives a shit about disco? Be the hottest girl in the factory. That's all I want to be. I just want to be the hottest girl at the factory. I want to be the guy with the dad bod who might get a few stray looks when he goes to Menards once in a while. That's it. Get back into the gym 3
Menards.
to 4 days.
Oh, of course, he's from Minnesota. He's going to Menards.
Week, do some boxing.
That's what you do when you live in Minnesota. You go to Menards.
Get some bruises.
Menards.
Maybe get a few looks at Menards. That's it. That's all I want.
How often do you go to Menards? Menards. Why was that his go-to store? Menards. I'm on their website right now. Appliances, outdoor power equipment, building materials, bath, lighting. This is everything April did for you. Flooring, outdoors, lumber. You're not going to Menards for lumber, dude. Shut up. She was the one shoveling the driveway and putting the roof on. You're not buying tiling. You're not going to Menards. Shut up.
I want the
It's Stoney's. That's it.
single moms trying to figure out what kind of washing machine to buy to maybe go, hey, fuck it, whatever. That's all I need. Set your standards low. So I don't agree with Kevin that she couldn't get a job.
I mean, everybody.
G-Rob says, we got a few Menards in Kansas City. I've been once. Doodle, because you save big money at Menards.
In that town where she lives, has to know her.
You know what? I take that back. Earlier in the show, I said I want to be sponsored by Planet Fitness for $100 for the $100 tier. You could be a $100 sponsor on Patreon. I wanted Planet Fitness. I want Menards now. Does anybody know a CEO or some sort of higher up at Menards to become a $100 sponsor on my Patreon? Somebody get me in touch with somebody from Menards. I would love Menards and Planet Fitness to be a $100 sponsor, and they can join this tier of all the high rollers. under Silk City Hot Sauce, Planet Fitness, and Menards? Come on, son. I want that so bad. All right, I think he's trying to fix it. Sam V. Knight rides, and Donnie was driving that day. Again, you need to quit the disco lifestyle. April's new boyfriend, no more of this. Let's get back to sober tweets or super chats.
So she'll either have to move or come work for me.
I love those. I love that those are her two options. She has to move or work for Kevin Brennan. Dude, I still get people who comment to me and they're like, you should take her back and you should have her do steel toe and she should come back and do that again. No. I'll tell you, once you go disco, you can't go back together. It doesn't work.
Once you go steel toe, you can't get back together. It goes both ways. You can go cocaine or you can go steel toe. It's over.
Sorry. You can't. She'd have to disavow disco, and I don't know if she's ready to disavow disco yet. I'm just trying to get Keanu to call in and yell at me for calling
disco.
it disco.
Like, I'll tell you right now, quit calling it disco.
But it's an interesting offer. $40,000 to do Misery Loves Company. Kind of breaks up your afternoon. It starts at 3:00 Central Time. I don't know. It's an interesting offer from Kevin. Let's see where it goes.
Dude, subscribe to Stallion 19. I just looked something up. Literally, he already has something clipped from this episode from 22 minutes ago where I review Hackam Mania. That's crazy. Good job, Stallion 12. Literally already has something rolling, ready to go. That's amazing. I'm checking over at Brennan. His chat's not even up yet, so stick around, hit subscribe. I'm not C-blocking.
It's better be her. It's better be her.
It's not.
April Diane Imholt. My favorite part of the show is when the old man with diaper ointment. It is diaper ointment. It literally is. Oh, you know what I did? Fucking, I'm so stupid. We're off to a good start, April. We're already riffing. No, they had this Decedent. I got the CVS kind. So anyway, I want
to thank Greg. I'll just say Greg H. He just signed up for the $10 tier on Patreon. And I'm just checking the Venmo here. And I want to thank Renee, who dropped $5. Thank you very much. Streamlabs, whatever.
CVS just had the paste of it, Decedent and paste. But then the other,
Bro, is Kevin still treating his herp lip and he's rubbing diaper rash shit on it? Kevin, it's called Abreva. Everybody with herp lips know about Abreva and Valtrex, dude. Go to.
All right. Shut up. Hey, it's one Furious F, everybody. At this point, Aaron might show up in a blonde wig as April for the MLC gig.
Yeah, I'm really April. It's not steel toe, it's April. I want to take the $40,000. I'm in. Thank you very much.
I love it. I don't like when the chat's funnier than me. It bothers me. Come on, man. Ian Bertson's chat, what can you buy for $5? It goes towards the goal, dude. It goes towards the goal. So anyways, there it is. There's an offer for April that's on the table, ready to roll. You guys want to go move on to the next clip, or you want to hype train real quick? Because I don't know when Kevin's popping on. I don't want to overlap. I don't want to C block, if you will. I might be on today because I think Bichetti's on. I don't know. Maybe I'll wear the blonde wig and pretend like I'm April. Closer says next clip. FK says no train after the Stan story. Stan? What am I missing there? T-Gun says hype train. DeBear says Kevin canceled. All right. All right. We'll go with Jeff. Jeff gifted 5 today. I listened to the High Rollers. Okay. They run this shit. Now, I didn't know about this. This is interesting. This is a clip from Kevin. This is Stallion's clips. This is April. I guess she cheated on her boyfriend to be with Aaron.
I will get her on to find out, get to the bottom of it. But people, I think Errol, what's his name? Aaron was saying that
Errol.
She was cheating on her boyfriend to be with him. So her boyfriend.
Whoa. Did I say that?
I don't know. Did you?
Her and I started, and here's what she told me. Okay, this is interesting. Let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
Before we finish up with Kevin here. This is fascinating.
By the way, I haven't watched this. So this is a clip that every now and then I won't watch a clip. I'll just like watch it with you and get a natural reaction. So this is my natural reaction. I heard rumblings of this, but I didn't run recklessly with it. I didn't say that's what happened like Ray would. So let's hear what he has to say.
This is actually going to make me think about my past. April and her boyfriend were still hanging out, but she told me that it was all bad and he was this and he was that and they were broken up. But because they had an apartment together, they hung out once in a while.
Oh.
And then her and I started hanging out, and then she was done with him, and she started dating me.
Wow.
Do you think she lied?
Who?
I know I sound like the dumbest guy right now, but do you think she lied about the boyfriend to me? That's interesting. Because I know she told some lies before the disco era started.
Wow.
I know that she told some half truths and there were some fibs in there.
See, this is what's great. This story, I know everyone's saying it's going to die down. No, it's not. This is always going to happen from this day forward. We haven't even hit the court case with the Ricadas. We're going to find out all the behind the scene things, stuff that we speculated on, we wondered about. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Everything that we always wanted to know. Like, I didn't know for sure if April worked in a factory. It was confirmed today. I didn't know if April was cheating on her boyfriend with Aaron, and it's pretty much confirmed today. I'm 7 for 7 here, baby.
And then after the disco started, there was quite a few. That's really something.
That is something.
Huh. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't confirm.
I guess she worked with him or something, so she would cheat on him, and Aaron would pick her up in the car like they do in the they did in the 50s in those movies. They go to the drive-through. He'd pick her up in the car and they make out in the back, and I guess they'd have sex in the car.
Wow.
So now Aaron was like, yeah, she cheated on it. She cheated on her boyfriend to be with me.
Did she? She told me that they had broken up in October. Her and I started seeing each other in January of 20, just before COVID started.
Wow.
She said they had broken up in October. But then again, I guess they were still hanging out every once in a while. I think that, you know what? He's right. There is some overlap there. You guys want a story?
Yeah.
April went out to one of Adrian's comedy shows with that boyfriend.
Whoa.
Just like when we had first met each other.
Whoa.
And she went to the I was on that comedy show.
What?
I was doing a set on Adrian's show. And she went to the bathroom. I went out to meet her. She came out of the bathroom and we made out a little bit.
What?
In the gathering area, but before you go in the doors to the show. And she had gone there with the guy she was living with, who she claimed wasn't her boyfriend anymore, but they had gone out to the show together because that's something they had done.
Wow.
And her and I did a little quick sneaky makeout. This is like 4.5 years ago. This is not a big deal anymore. This isn't like, oh my God, like she was 25. I'm fucking 33. But yeah, we did a little sneaky. You know what? I'm finding out a lot of dishonesty there from both parties. No wonder it didn't work out.
A lot of sneakiness in the Imholt house. April Anderson and Aaron Imholt. Sneaky people. Richard Dix says, thanks for the gifted memberships. And thank you so much to everybody. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Holy shit. From The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon himself just gifted 5. And if you think this is not this is the real Jimmy Fallon, motherfucker. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy Fallon, for the gifted 5. Holy shit. We are way above the goal on memberships. We are way above. We are up above it, son. Thank you so much for your generosity. Jeff Closer says 705. I think we're a little bit higher than that. I think we're at 710. Okay. Why not? Let's celebrate with a hype train with all these gifted memberships today. What a great day. It's been a great couple days. It's been a great couple weeks. Everything's great. I'm great. You're great. Hype train. Whoa! Yeah! It's a hype train. Yeah! Let's go! Who wants on the hype train? In fact, let's get sexy. Let's disco on the hype train. Disco hype train. We'll do a disco hype train tomorrow. Big Chuck and Little John are on the hype train. Yeah! Carl's mom, wife. Hype train. Yeah, baby. We're doing it. This is not necessarily a disco hype train, but at this time I want to bring Sammy Davis Jr. aboard the hype train, ladies and gentlemen. He's a legend. You know him. You love him. It's Sammy Davis Jr. on the hype train. There he is. G-Rob's on the hype train with Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah! Sammy Davis. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Hype train. How ridiculous is it that Sammy Davis Jr. is on the hype train? Who would have thought of this? Me! This guy! Hype train! Woo-hoo! Look at him go! Let's go! Let's go, Sammy! We're doing it! If I was smart, I would have made it a disco hype train. I'll do that tomorrow or Thursday. Hype train. What a dance. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Ray's unbearable. We're doing it. We're doing it on the hype train. Yeah. Hypocrisy police. Yeah. Ray, yeah.
I missed the hype train. I missed it so much.
Hype train. Yum, 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 yummy, yum, 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 yum. Hype train. Listen to me. Let's go. Sign up. Memberships. Florida's Greatest is on the hype train. We're doing it. Here we go. All right, get out of here, Sammy. That was dumb. Every hype train can't be a winner, and that was one of them. I just wanted to point out how they're not all success stories. That was one of them. You watched it live. You were a part of it. You experienced it. And we did it. All right, Kevin's up. He's not on, but his thing's up and rolling. So we're going to wrap things up over here. I didn't get to half of my stuff. There's a lot of stuff I didn't get to. These shows have been flying by. I just X'd out of them. I got some Carl stuff. Big Dick, feel the hype. Huge erection. Breaking 2 electric boogaloo with ozone and turbo. Doodle knows the show very well. She knows the show better than anybody. Yeah. What did we learn, everybody? Yeah. What did we learn? We learned RBP is even worse live and in person. Wow. Is that the podcast that was at Hackamania? So is Rock Bottom Podcast. I'm a fucking idiot. Rock Bottom Podcast is worse live than in person. He'll go live tonight, punks. Bet your bottom dollar. Yeah. We learned Aaron will always be a cheater. We learned Joey C is Chad's new co-host. That ain't happening. Woo! We learned the chat will take any info. That's true. We learned that Stanley is the most likely. Not real. Come on. I miss Stanley. I wonder if he's still alive. You think Stanley's still alive? I should look for Stanley. We learned Chad's secret. Wait, we learned Chad scared his grandma's boyfriend away. Like, what? You're out of your mind. We learned that Mel Ton back is still growing every fucking day. Ugh, yuck. Pop that back. Pop it. You know, Stan was great. He wasn't a real jerk. We learned April was the factory boy toy. Yeah, they threw around the fucking factory. We learned that Chad will seduce April on MLC Daily. Yeah, let's get some ass. If I got some ass off MLC, finally. We learned there was no weight or hunchback limit at Hackmania. We need a Chad Stanley reunion. Make it happen. Make it happen. We learned Melton doesn't have any USB cords. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you so much for all the memberships today. Thanks to everybody that contributed, whether it was just hitting the like button or leaving a comment. This will be members only and up on Patreon. If you guys if you didn't watch it live, you can watch it there. And I might be back tomorrow or Thursday. I'm trying to get a lot of content out before I leave for Utah, where I will be at Wise Guys. Nick Swartzen, he'll be there June 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2 shows a night. Fucking Vinny Cash, who is now a $100 sponsor over on Patreon, bought tickets to every single show at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City. He bought tickets to all 6 shows. So he's coming to every one of them. And now I have the pressure to try to do new jokes each and every hour for sold out audiences, but I'm doing it for one person. So thank you for the pressure, Vinny. More importantly, thank you for the generosity. We'll see you soon. We're going to have a fucking blast in Utah, but I'm not going anywhere. We'll be around this week. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thanks for keeping the things going, the chat going. I do appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Let's count the troops.